Let me wish once again big success to my friend and to Georgia's voice today in UNWTO, Zurab Lukashvili.
Definitely. We still have some businesses for whom the pandemic is not a verdict, and to me, TBC Group is one of them, definitely, since we're talking about launching a fully digital bank from Georgia to Uzbekistan, totally new market, without traditional branches, APMs, whatever you think of when you think of a bank. And this bank is fully based on a digital platform, which in Georgia, most of us know as the first neobank space. So I can offer you a very short but motivating business talk with Nika Kurdiani, head of Supervisory Board of TBC Bank Uzbekistan.
And before we give you the interview, let me tease in here, Eleni, you had a very, very interesting cover for the for Georgia's February edition, where our readers can read more about TBC Group's recent endeavors in Uzbekistan. But before that, it's your interviews time in the checkpoints.
Tell us about your endeavors in Uzbekistan, about the platform, and what are some of the tangible results that you have already achieved on this new market.
Firstly, we started thinking about Uzbekistan back in 2018, when the team first traveled to Uzbekistan, met many parties there, and we decided to enter the country by acquiring the controlling stake in the biggest application-based business, mobile application-based business, PayMe, which is the biggest payment platform there, serving up to 3 million registered customers now. In 2020 May, we received the banking license to start the operations of TBC Bank Uzbekistan. The interesting fact about the bank is that there are two things I will mention. Is that first, TBC Bank Uzbekistan is based on our digital banking platform Space, which initially was launched in Georgia as a neobank that in Georgia is well known. In Georgia, Space serves approximately 60,000 monthly active users and has more than 250,000 registered users. And in Uzbekistan, Space was launched commercially to the customers in October 2020, and by end of January, meaning in the next several days, I think we'll be hitting the 25,000 and more downloads of the app. In figures, we have already more than 2,000 deposit customers. We firstly launched deposit product because this is something people will trust, because if you don't trust an institution, you will not put your money into the institution. So, and we already have 2,000 customers, which is surprising, because a new brand in a new country, fully digital, no branches, no physical touch points, no ATMs, nothing. You download the bank on your phone and then you start banking with this bank. In terms of active cards, we have more than 10,000 cards already distributed. So I would say that the first 2 months have been very successful, definitely more than we thought. The platform itself worked in these first 2 months in a very interesting manner, because, for instance, digital marketing is performed from Georgia to Uzbekistan. We don't have a digital marketing team in Uzbekistan, which is also an innovation, because it means that certain things, services of one company in our region can be performed from one geography to another geography.
Why Uzbekistan, and how does Uzbekistan tie into the overall strategy that TBC has in the region, as we see now?
Firstly, we have to understand that Georgia has 3.7 or 9 million customers. Different statistics say differently, right? So let's round it up to 4 million population, in which we have 2.5 million registered customers as TBC Group. And this means that 2/3 of the country are banking with TBC, which is a lot. We understand that this is a lot. And so there is a natural limit. And we have to grow because we are doing great things. They are acknowledged all over the world. And why not exporting this knowledge and this success to another country? Now, which country is the question? And here you have to look at several parameters, one being, the upside, the potential the country has. The second being the proximity, geographic proximity, cultural proximity, time zone proximity. You know, in Uzbekistan, or with Uzbekistan, we have just 1 hour difference. And this is such a comfort because in this Zoom reality, you can basically be in the same time zone. So these all factors played well because Uzbekistan, for instance, in terms of population, it is really 10 times bigger than we are. They have a 34 million count of the population, and this is significant. That's why, for instance, our business PayMe has 3 million registered users. TBC Group has now more customers in Uzbekistan than it has in Georgia, even if in Georgia we are present for 30 years. So that is the answer on the question, why Uzbekistan?
So what are some of the next steps that you are looking at in terms of expansion of TBC in the region?
What we say is that we have publicly kind of committed figure of 10 million users. This is our North Star aspiration. This is how we call it internally. We are approximating it to be around 6 million, 5.6, 5.7. And we are in 3 geographies currently. And we don't know which is the next geography. We are researching, we are thinking. But for sure, what is a fact is that the next geography will not come unless we are very successful in Uzbekistan. Because we have to understand that resources are limited, time is limited, and focus is limited. If you defocus, and run after many targets, you won't catch any of them.
What do you call success in Uzbekistan?
Success in Uzbekistan is achieving the targets which we put in front of us. I will not be going into details because I don't want to kind of mispromise something, but we have a business plan, very ambitious business plan, and we have to make sure that we achieve those figures. And plus, you know, the point is that there is the concept of the learning curve, right? Every time you learn, you increase your performance. And we have to understand that this is our first big international step for TBC. And we have to make sure that...
fully digital.
And plus fully digital, and plus in COVID reality, right? And we have to be humble, we have to learn, we have to be patient and understand, you know, what are the steps that have to be performed better for the next countries and realities.
You mentioned pandemic, and despite this pandemic, you still managed to expand. And also with this kind of new approach, which I call like reforming the banking sector, which now in the post-COVID reality might be a new reality. But you somehow happen to be ahead of future. Do you have that sense? And what is it? What kind of advantage that is to your consumers, both in Uzbekistan, Azerbaijan, Georgia?
In our region, I confidently can say that we are ahead of time, and this ahead of time thing started, in my opinion, in 2012-13 when TBC Group announced that digitalization is something of the highest priority and becomes the agenda of the whole group. So yes, we are ahead of time, and I think this thing also brings to the customers more confidence in the brand TBC, because you know, when we research this confidence and trust, one of the things and insights which come out is that people are sure that TBC will always be successful. You know, TBC will always deliver something which will be innovative, technologically advanced, and forward-looking. You know, future-proof. For instance, Create Space, digital banking platform, which allowed us now to launch it in Uzbekistan in a digital manner without having even one cash point, right? No ATMs, no cashier desks or branches.
And today it is not a neobank, it is already a platform that can be used,
it is not
used
a
for the
small
region.
fintech in Georgia anymore. It is a digital banking platform present in 2 countries.
Yeah, so wish you a big success
Thank
in
you.
Uzbekistan, and let's see how TBC expands.
Thanks for the interest.
Thank you.
Hey guys, stay tuned, subscribe and follow us on BMG.